Hello there, so coming up in this video, we're going to be talking about the best Taekwondo shoes in 2020. These are going to be very great shoes for martial arts. So Taekwondo shoes are going to be great for karate players, Taekwondo players, Muay Thai players, any type of player that likes kicking a lot. This is great for them. It may also work for different sports like boxing and stuff, but please just make sure to get the right one for your sports. Taekwondo shoes are going to be good for any sport that has a lot of kicking. If you love kicking, these are going to be the best shoes for you. So I know how annoying this is. So you get this blister. You just finished an intense Taekwondo session full of kicking and now you look at your feet and you got blisters. What have you done to yourself? Do you have no mercy? As a Taekwondo athlete myself who has competed at an international level, I can safely tell you that the best decision you can ever make in Taekwondo is to invest in a good pair of Taekwondo shoes. Some coaches might tell you things like, no, do not wear Taekwondo shoes. Do you wear Taekwondo shoes on the mat while competing? No, get used to it. Now, while that wisdom has some weight to it, but hell no, I like Taekwondo shoes. So you see, if you're taking Taekwondo seriously and you're training as much as possible, your feet are gonna wear out. You need some shoes to protect your feet. You see, your feet were not built to be kicking machines and you weren't built to be training 50 hours a day. So if you like training a lot and you like kicking a lot and you're spinning all the time and you're kicking at pads, you're gonna get blisters and your feet are gonna get wrecked. So make sure to get a good pair of Taekwondo shoes. Your feet will thank you and you will be able to get more exercise done. With more exercise, you're gonna become a better player. And another bonus effect with having good Taekwondo shoes is you're gonna look cool. Now, who doesn't want to look cool? You look cooler, your confidence raises, and then you perform better and you kick faster. You see what I'm talking about? So you get all the improved benefits. Another cool effect with Taekwondo shoes is it protects your feet. So when you kick someone's elbow, it's not as painful. Yeah. And you're less likely to stub your toes. Yeah. You're less likely to kick with your toes. Yeah. You're less likely to get blisters. Yeah. And all sorts of other benefits. Now, a long time ago, the best Taekwondo shoes out there were Nike's discontinued legendary Taekwondo shoes. But sadly, as I just said, they are discontinued, so that's no longer the case. And for those of you who think that wearing Taekwondo shoes while sparring is you're gonna be more likely to hurt your sparring partner, that is not the case, trust me. If you play sparring while wearing Taekwondo shoes, you aren't more likely going to hurt your opponent. If anything, you are less likely going to hurt them. Because the most annoying thing possible in Taekwondo is getting cut from other people's toenails. Ow! So with Taekwondo shoes, that doesn't happen, thankfully. And usually the base is very soft and smooth, making them perfect for sparring. Alright, and another benefit of having Taekwondo shoes is that you don't step on weird things on the Taekwondo mat and then you get weird things stuck in your foot. So they're also good if you go to a tournament and the mats are used by everyone and they aren't particularly clean or well maintained. So you wear Taekwondo shoes, that way you protect yourself and you can warm up safely before you compete. And make sure to stay away from cheap Taekwondo shoes. They won't last and they won't fit and they won't give you a good experience. They're gonna make you hate them. And if you haven't already, please make sure to kick that subscribe button. This way YouTube knows that you're amazing at kicking. It will give you a promotion and you will become a black belt faster than ever. YouTube will also help you to win more tournaments.
Holy moly!
So coming up at number 5, we have the Adidas Contestant Pro Ultralight Taekwondo shoes. These are ultra thin and they're ultra light. So these have 3 different colors. They are sleek looking, they are tight fitting. But the main problem with these shoes is because they are so ultra wide designed, they won't give you too much protection when you're kicking people's elbows. So if you want more protection, or these won't be the best option, but if you're going to be kicking pads and stuff, these will be fine. But because of the very lightweight design, they won't last as long as some of the other shoes mentioned on this list. So that's another reason why you might not want this or these Taekwondo shoes. So these Taekwondo shoes are supposedly the official Taekwondo shoes chosen for the 2020 Olympics in Tokyo.
Holy moly!
These are gonna fit perfectly just like a sock and they're very good looking. They work very well for Taekwondo, karate and other martial arts. So the other main problem with Adidas shoes, Taekwondo shoes, is that after a certain amount of use, they don't usually last too long. So if you have a budget that allows you to keep cycling through shoes, that's not going to be a problem. But if you want the shoes that are going to last you the longest, these shoes are usually going to have issues where the sole peels off the shoe. When you, after a lot of kicking and turning, you will start having the sole of the shoe peeling off. However, if you are a Taekwondo coach, this issue should not happen because you won't be as active as a Taekwondo player. So if you are going to be training every day with these, you might want to go for something that's going to last longer. But if you want a cool looking pair of shoes, these are the way to go. Coming up at number 4, we have the Mooto Wings Korea Taekwondo shoes, Taekwondo competition shoes. So these Mooto shoes are going to be the most comfortable Taekwondo shoes. And if you ever go to any Taekwondo club in Korea, these are the most common shoes that you're going to see people wearing, as Mooto is a Korean-based company anyways. So these have a very comfortable design. They have synthetic leather, they have 2 different colors, black and white, they have many different sizes, they are made in Korea, they are lightweight, they are a very popular option. Now what I like about these shoes is they are very good protection from foot injuries. So these are great for sparring with, and they will protect your feet very well. So if you are always getting foot injuries, these are the way to go. They provide extremely good protection. So the things I might tell you about this shoe is the fit becomes looser with time, so you might want to get a slightly smaller size, as when you kick with them, they're gonna get a little bit wider. And they also have a stiff sole. So the sole of the shoe is not as flexible as other Taekwondo shoes. That might be something else to consider. This is a very popular Taekwondo shoe. It's used by many athletes, so I think this is a safe option to go for. These are going to be the best Taekwondo shoes if you want the most protection possible and you want the best build quality. The build quality on Mooto's shoes is superb, and you can expect these Taekwondo shoes to last a very long time. Coming up at number 3, we have the Mooto Taekwondo Spirit 2 Fighter Taekwondo shoes. These Taekwondo shoes are extremely lightweight, they have a very good build quality, and they are perfect for any martial arts. The main cons of these Taekwondo shoes are going to be that they are not the cheapest and that they have a very narrow design. So if you have narrow feet, these are going to be perfect. If you have wider feet, you may want to go for the previous option, as those are better for wider footed people. The materials of these shoes are very premium, they feel very premium, and they do not break down fast. My brother has used these for 2 years and he still has them, and they are still perfect. And the upper layer is not too thin, so it also provides some protection if you use these for sparring. And they have a very good base which will prevent you from twisting your ankles. They are very lightweight, they are very comfortable, and at the same time they are very protective. Coming up number 2 is going to be the Adidas Adi Kick 2 Taekwondo and martial arts shoes. The best thing about these Taekwondo shoes is they are the best budget option out there. You won't find a better, cheaper option than these. They are very lightweight, they have a very smooth rubber sole which is very good for sparring, so you don't hurt your partners with the sole. They are extra cheap, they have laces so you can tighten them for a better fit, and they are the updated version of the original Adi Kick Kwon. They also have a pivot point on the sole for better spinning for kicks, and they have great build quality. So these are a classic standard when it comes to Taekwondo shoes. If you are confused and you don't know what to get, these are the way to go. If you don't want to spend an arm and a leg, these are the way to go. They aren't too expensive, they look cool, and they have a lace which is great for extra, extra fitting purposes. Or to tighten the shoe better to your foot. These are going to be the best option to go for. They're going to be the perfect Taekwondo / karate or any other type of shoes. They are very lightweight, they are very nimble, and at the same time they do have a tiny protective layer, so kicking people's elbows won't hurt too much. And they will definitely protect your feet pretty well. As for the fitting, these work well with wide-footed people or narrow-footed people, so don't worry about that too much. And the good thing is with Adidas' sizing guide, usually you're gonna get the best or correct size. Now coming up in number 1, we have the Adidas Contestant martial arts Taekwondo shoes. These have the best overall build quality available. If you want something that's gonna last you the longest time possible, these are the way to go. So these have no laces, they have good breathability, they have 3 different colors, they look amazing, they have very good airflow, and they have all the sizes you would want. Now where these shine is they have amazing ankle support and ankle stability, so if you are always rolling your ankles, these might be a good option for you. Because they have great ankle support, they have a wide base which helps you not twist your ankle all the time. At the same time, they are very easy to put on and take off, they are very comfortable, and they are very lightweight. Now due to the very thin upper material on these Taekwondo shoes, kicking people's elbows may hurt a little. And another problem is the aggressive rubber base may graze your sparring partners. So if you're going to be sparring with these, push kicks might graze their skin. Other than that, this is going to be a great overall Taekwondo shoe to go for. These are by far the most popular Taekwondo shoes in 2020. If you go to any tournaments, you're going to find lots of athletes wearing these. They will usually last the longest and they are very hard to destroy thanks to their very good build quality. However, they are not very cheap, and depending on where you are, they may be pretty expensive. Now you're gonna have to try your best to get a good size. Make sure whoever you're buying these from has a return policy, because if it's too big, you can't tighten any laces. So make sure you either stick with your size or get a size smaller. Try not to get a size bigger, because the last thing you want is a loose fitting Taekwondo shoe, because then when you kick a kick, it's gonna fly off your leg or foot. And another bonus Taekwondo shoe, try and look for any Taekwondo shoe that looks like these Nike Taekwondo shoes. There are many knockoff Chinese brands that are making these Taekwondo shoes. Even Kwon makes a very good type of this shoe. Try and find anything similar to the looks of this shoe, and these will usually be perfect. They usually just copy the exact same design and just slap a different brand logo on. However, these, in my opinion, are my favorite, and I always buy these. They are very cheap, they are very lightweight, very comfortable, and at the same time they last very long. They are my favorite by far, so if you find anything like these, make sure to go for them. I will try and mention some links in the description with similar shoes to these. Okay, so you may be asking, how long do Taekwondo shoes last? Now sadly, there is not a very quick and easy way to answer this question. It depends on your weight, it depends on how your playing style is. Do you move a lot? Do you spin a lot? Do you do lots of footwork? And it depends on how long you usually train. So if you train, let's say, if you train once every day, or like 6 times a week, it may last you about 1 year. If you train more than 1 hour a day, you're looking at 6 months plus. If you're the average person and you're training 3 times a week, they can last up to 2 to 3 years. Like, these are just very random numbers that I'm giving based on my experience. However, it will vary heavily between user to user, and your weight and your playing style and your skill level, and how much force you can basically apply to your kicks and how much footwork you do. Are Taekwondo shoes worth it? I would say definitely. In my personal opinion, Taekwondo shoes are as essential as protective gear. They will provide you with fewer injuries in the long run. They will keep you training hard without any letdowns from annoying blisters, ankle twists. They will also protect you from breaking your toes or stubbing your toes or kicking people's elbows. As for the Taekwondo sizes, all manufacturers have different sizes. I usually try and go for the smallest size I can get away with, because usually they expand a little bit after some use, and then they kind of fit perfectly. But that also depends on the type of shoes that you get. So if you haven't done this yet, make sure to kick the subscribe button and make sure to kick the like button. And then if you did that, I wish you a very nice day. If you have any questions, mention them in the comment section below and I'll make sure to answer them.